There have certainly been some bad moments for Disney Star Wars over the past decade, but right now, the excitement level for the future of Disney Star Wars may be at an all-time low. We are now just a day away from the premiere of Season 3 of The Mandalorian, the show that was the flagship program for Disney+, the show that saved Star Wars, according to some very naive people. But nobody is talking about it. No one is talking about Season 3 of The Mandalorian. There is no hype for this series anymore because Disney Star Wars has killed any excitement for this franchise going forward. In fact, the biggest story right now regarding The Mandalorian is about someone who's no longer at Lucasfilm. It's about Gina Carano, who was unjustly fired by Disney over her political beliefs 2 years ago. What was that, back February of 2021? Is that when this happened? We are over 2 years since that moment when Gina Carano was fired by Disney for absolutely no reason, especially when you look at everything that's happened with COVID, with the vaccine, with everything we've learned over the past 2 years. Certainly seems like Gina Carano was fired for absolutely zero reason, yet they still can't stop talking about her. And in fact, Dave Filoni specifically was asked about Gina Carano, as well as one of the directors for Mandalorian Season 3. The Mandalorian director breaks silence following Gina Carano's firing. And, you know, this really goes to show, again, I know a lot of you guys out there love Dave Filoni. Go for it. I've always hated Dave Filoni. I think that he's a problem for Star Wars. I think he doesn't care about continuity. And I think he has a big agenda, and it's always been visible. However, I think this goes to show that Dave Filoni is not some guy who's going to go to bat for Gina Carano like a lot of people have been pushing for a while. Star Wars director Rick Famuyiwa opened up for the first time about Gina Carano's absence as Cara Dune in Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Lucasfilm's flagship Disney Plus show will continue into Season 3 in March without Gina Carano, who was let go from the series in early 2021 after numerous controversial comments. There are no plans to bring Cara Dune back to the Star Wars universe after starting 7 episodes from Mando's first 2 seasons. And we'll get to Rick Famuyiwa, I think I'm saying that right, his comments about it first, then we'll go to Dave Filoni. While Dune is still part of the world off camera, Famuyiwa explained that the character came up often in discussions with show creator Jon Favreau and Filoni, making it clear that Din Djarin and Grogu are still at the heart of the show. Quote, Cara was a big part and continues as a character to be part of the world. It had to be addressed in the creative, and Favreau took time to think about that. It was something that was discussed as we knew it was going to have an impact on the show, but at the same time, what's been at the heart of the show are the 2 characters, Din Djarin and Grogu, so ultimately, it felt like a servicing of that and around the Mandalorians. So for all the people that were hoping she'd be killed off screen, not going to happen, at least according to them right now. When asked if Dune is simply out in the universe bounty hunting, Filoni explained there are so many characters to touch on, but he called Dune a great character who is vital to Din Djarin's beginnings. Let's see the entire quote. It's a big galaxy, and we have many characters in it. Many characters are fighting for screen time. We'll just have to see as the season unfolds what the adventures are, but it's a great character. Someone who is vital for Din Djarin's beginnings. We'll see if he's evolved beyond that. Now Season 3 is mainly dealing with Mandalorians and Mandalorian Saga, The Mandalorian Tale. There's different characters he's met since Bo-Katan, who takes a lot more prominence since it makes sense where his arc is going, the story of him and Grogu specifically. And then he was asked once again about Cara Dune, and he sidestepped the entire conversation. So it sounds like no Cara Dune. Did fans ever call for Carano's Cara Dune to return? This is the question. Did fans ever call for Gina Carano to come back, for Cara Dune to return? The answer is, of course, yes. Now, how many people? You could argue about that. We know it trended. We know there was a big backlash for Disney when they made this decision. But when asked about that, what does Dave Filoni say? Does he say, you know what? There were fans out there, but it's a tough situation. You know, she's not working here anymore, so the character's not going to be here. No, he doesn't say that. He doesn't say, yes, fans called for her to be back. He doesn't say, yes, of course, she meant a lot to a lot of people. What does he say? It's a great character, answered Filoni. I get requests across the board for all types of characters. I've been with Star Wars 20 years. It's a great galaxy. The hardest thing is finding time and space for everyone out there. George Lucas used to talk when he was making the prequels, had so many great characters. They all wanted screen time. How do you do your job when your job's to tell the story of Anakin Skywalker? I relate to that. The Mandalorian in the title is the story about the Mandalorian and his people, said the executive producer. So nice sidestep, Dave Filoni. Nice sidestep, not answering the question. Yes, of course fans called for Cara Dune to return. Of course fans called for Gina Carano to return. Now, you can get in arguments about how many people, is it a majority of the fan base, is it a minority? You know, you can have those arguments, whatever. But you can't pretend like nobody asked for this. But Dave Filoni decides to sidestep the question for Lucasfilm PR like a good little boy that he is. Really, what we should be taking away from this is that the trending story right now for Disney Star Wars on the eve of the premiere of The Mandalorian, Season 3 of The Mandalorian, what should be this massive, huge thing for Disney Star Wars, this is the biggest story about Gina Carano, someone you unjustly fired 2 years ago, all over her political beliefs. It is absolutely embarrassing, but this is the state of Disney Star Wars. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.